Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Okay, so I promised you Big Bro Steel and I'm going to deliver. Where are we on the map? We are way down this side, below where oil is. I have extended the base's perimeter. It's not completely joined yet, but in some point in time it will be. I'm wanting to tap all of these sources of iron with the potential to also get these very nice sources of iron way up here, and even that one. So I'm thinking the iron for Big Bro Steel will be sort of placed here, and to that end I've actually made the blueprint of our copper over here and reversed it to get this guy, which is so big you can't actually see anything. You can see the UPS tank, but you can't actually see anything. So the only way you can see anything is if we scroll out a cajillion times, and then you can see my quandary in terms of how I place it with all of this copper and stuff around the place, and this coal over here. So I am thinking something along these lines. It might mean that this iron over here ends up being obscured, but there's only so much pandering that one can do. I guess I wouldn't mind. What's this coal? How much coal is that in fact? It's 84 million, which is a pretty decent find. It might end up getting built over, because Big Bro Steel is very important. So basically we need to fill in this lake. Big Bro Steel itself is likely to I may even flip this background the other way and put Big Bro Steel sort of down here somewhere, hopefully trying to avoid these patches of copper. We'll probably have to fill in a chunk of this lake. Because the input for Big Bro Steel is basically the output from the first one. So to that end, what I have done is, let's scroll back to normal view. There I am. I have created the station, Landfill Big Bro Steel. I brought the landfill train over here, and this whole lake is going to turn into a nice landfilled, restored park, if you like. So I mean, even on full speed it could take a while, so I'm just going to pause until it's basically done, and then I'll rejoin you. We've filled in the lake as promised. I'll show you on the map view because it might be slightly easier to see where we're at. So here is the lowest of these 4 irons. There's a whole bunch over here, and there's more over here, and there's all this copper that we're trying to avoid, and iron down here that I don't know if we can get that into this iron, but we're sort of trying to avoid building over it. So if we go back out of map view, this is obviously heavily using InfiniZoom. This is our shape, and we can kind of come up here to maybe somewhere like that. In this way we're not going over any other product. 5 frames per second. Slowly picking up now that we're not holding a massive blueprint at close range, and there you go, back to 60. Well, not 60-60 because we've got this ridiculous zoom going on, but if we zoom back into us, I'm pretty sure we will get back to 60-60. I'm not even sure where we are at the moment. There we go. There we are. Now that we can see us, 6060. Fantastic. Now that blueprint has 6,700 rail, 6,200 speed module 3s, 3,100 beacons, 1,300 stack inserters, 1,000 productivity modules. Quite a lot. It does include... oh, it includes these things actually. We're not going to need those things. These were the special storage used for clearing the copper stack out. So yes, we should not need these. We shouldn't need that either. Is that it? I think that might be it. Alright, so that is one of our two stacks. Now, that would be the iron part. The idea is that, as per all of these stacks, the iron will be generated down here, and we'll get to it eventually, down here, and then we won't break into a 2-lane there. We'll carry on as a 4-lane, and we'll probably, we go back into nothing at all. Let's go back into the Inbini zoom. So we can actually see what we're doing. The idea, I mean, ideally I would just flick this back around using that and have it join in there, but then we go through this guy who is a 115 copper. So that doesn't seem like such a grand idea. And of course, if I did flip him around, we then wouldn't be heading back this way for our... but that doesn't actually matter. There might be some merit in this. So obviously I don't actually want to cut through that copper, but what if I came through instead? Oops. If I run down here, I've no idea where I am, so I could be running straight into a tree. But basically, we need to get out even further. Guess I don't want to cover up that copper either. So the big steel stack could go kind of like that. It is a bit more of a journey back. What about if we come in between those coppers? We would have to... well, actually we wouldn't have to do any weird thing. What we could do is bring a line from here. Basically, the whole thing can turn, bar a small breakaway here for this guy and the fuel. So we just need a little 2-lane off it, but we could come down, and then we could, because this bit that has the fuel also doesn't necessarily need to be exactly like that. So possibly something like about that. Which could even go over a little bit. Will work for steel. I don't mind covering up the uranium just here, as long as the copper is free. We are kind of obscuring that copper, or at least making it hard to access. That one there, 62 million. But the 109 is free, this 66, this 115, and all these other ones would also become available for the potential for down here, say, what's that? That's 133 iron. Well, yeah, but yeah, and 50 million iron. Everywhere you look, there's some big resources around here. Anyway, I think that would seem to be our best bet, something like that. And to make that work, it would look like we need to fill in this lake and this part of this lake. What else? There's another lake here and another lake here, so there's a little bit more landfill that will need to be done to make this work, but I do believe that's going to be it. So I guess we will break again while I organise landfill for these pieces, and I will rejoin you very shortly. See you soon. And we're back. So, I've filled in the bits I think we require for slapping down Big Bro steel. And I think we can go something like this. We just see if there might be a tiny bit that's missed. The little bits on the ends that are in the water down at the bottom are okay. We can easily fill those in. I don't know if I want to avoid that uranium or not. Let's just do it. There we go. 3 frames per second at this scroll out. That's crazy, isn't it? Alright, let's scroll back in. See what we've got. Looking good so far. There I am, hiding behind a tree. So, back to 6060. Now what we need to do is basically connect up Big Bro Steel to its all but dedicated iron smeltery, which is up here. Yeah, this track coming in is basically we still need the fueling stop, of course, for actually we probably don't need the fueling stop for Big Bro Steel, because the iron will be yeah, I might actually take the fueling stop off. Big Bro Steel can fuel at the external. Oh, that's right, I don't have my stuff. Can fuel at the external refueling stop, so we can get rid of the refueling stop. So the idea is we will basically turn up. Let's just see where we are. I can't see a thing in that map view. Let's scroll out again. Okay, so yes, the idea is we turn up here, connect up here, this goes away, we put in a 4 to 2 that fulfills that function. And then I think we are basically golden. Yes, let's so let's do that. That's that bit. Probably going in exactly the opposite direction to where the 4x4s are. There we go. Doesn't fit perfectly, never mind. And up here, let's just quickly create one of these so that we can kind of change how all this works. Oops, that's the one we want. And from there, we want a 4x2. Which will probably just fit in neatly like so. In which case, let's just erase all of that and place this one. Like so. And then we'll connect all that up. To here, let's just have a look. Can we scroll out? So we need to connect up to this and also to this guy. So probably another two-way intersection here, and then we'll kind of thread the fueling for the iron part of this up to there. And we're probably getting fairly close to a point. Yeah, we will actually finish off this bit because I need to bring this online so that this can get built. And that is certainly something that we want to do. Why am I in map mode? Because it looked like I was in map mode when I was in this mode, because it's just so so big. Alright, let us find another building block that's appropriate for this area, which would be our two-way junction. It should be able to go in here. Something like that. Then we're going to want that, and I suspect that my this guy is going to be too long probably to be useful. We've got too many of these, so there's going to be a little bit of fix up to do in here, but that should be fine. And then this one for the refuel, let's just find where that goes. It's over here somewhere. There it is. So the question, I guess, is how is this copper going to be accessed? I could always put a detour all the way around like that. That'd mean this junction should instead be up here, and then we can squeeze around like that. That's actually probably a pretty good idea, because then all of this copper becomes available. Alright, let's do that. And Vinny Zoom, the only way this game is playable is because of you. Dear oh dear. Okay, let's eradicate this bit. And then just join up straight, like so, and then up here, where we have this corner instead of a corner, we will place in the T-junction. If I can find it, there it is. Not exactly a perfect fit, but good enough. And then we can come up here until we get up to this sort of vicinity. Let's see what happens with our corner. It's going to go all over the place, so we probably won't use a corner then. Instead of using a corner, I will, excuse me, maybe we will come down here. I don't actually have any rail on me at all. I basically want just an angle, I think. Angle past this part. I'm not exactly sure where we resume with the angle, so I guess we'll have to go and get some rail. We're going to have to do it sooner or later. How's our solar build going while we're talking? 348,000 panels. Let's just have a quick look at that. There we are. That's maximum normal scroll out. It's quite a chunk. I've actually filled in quite a lot of this with solar panels, so it's going to be building for a while. We will need it because I'm going to turn off all nuclear very soon. Right, do we have any rail left on you? We do, not very much. What about you? We have a little bit more on you. Okay. Let's see what we can do with that. That's basically what we want, so I might even cheat and grab that. Don't want that bit, I do want that bit. Try that. That'll do. We have a little bit of artifact there that is not ideal, but we have a nice angle without having to go to any effort to make it again. Okay, let's swap you over. about what I want. Close enough. Signals will be totally wrong on that swapped over piece. I actually, and this is probably wrong too because it's designed for both lanes going in the same direction, but never mind. Now where is, whoops, that doesn't help, I keep forgetting. Control L, Control L. We're trying to get to over there. We could come up one more, or we could see what the corner piece does. I think a corner piece should be fine. And then back to our straight. I might just resume normal size. We're almost there. There's the red. So I guess it's basically a corner piece again that we want here. Like so. And now we're connected up for our fuel. We even have the brake. So what we need to do is probably regain all of our stuff, get our bots, build out the supply station, and then get the supply train to come and build this monster for us. Well, the first one, at any rate. So I think I have left my stuff up here. Yes, I have. I need a radar up there. Might even put one down as we go back up. Not exactly sure how long all of these segments have been going. Oh, we need to fill out this bit too, don't we? Yes, okay. Let's cancel all of that part. Now I need a 4 to 4. That one. Ideally it will just follow that, but if it fits that perfectly I'll be blown away. Of course it does not, but we can go up a smidgen and hopefully I can make the lines connect. So that would mean that we need to remove the signals here and down to and up to, basically. I might have to lower that autosave frequency, it's getting a bit annoying. So this is the central part. And getting rid of the signals just means that the blueprint signals don't get blocked by incorrect signals, I guess would be the easiest way of describing that. I think that is correct. Right, there we go. Now, these don't line up perfectly, but can we make them line up? That's the question. It might be harder than it looks. Yeah, because it doesn't like this odd amount. So we actually need to probably do a bit of a swiggle at the beginning, but given how hard it is to place this blueprint period, I can put up with a swiggle. I don't have my bots on me, do I? So we'll have to pick up this way, the old-fashioned way. A swiggle. That's the technical term, by the way. So basically they'll all just do that. Hopefully in some sort of fashion that doesn't look too horrendously ugly. Let us get rid of that. If you start each one about 2 over from the last, the spacing should look sort of okay. And the same on this side. Is it there or is it there? I guess it's there. And then we just connect up the dots. That's the price you pay for laying down a ridiculously huge blueprint that has all of that stuff in it. And if you're wondering, that's why we need 386s of speed module 3s delivered to our Make Everything factory, so that they're available to be delivered to these sorts of constructs. Given that 6200 for that one, 6200 for Big Bro Steel down below it, and we'll probably do a copper in this area as well, so there's another 6200. That's more than a 383 worth of modules just for this build. You've got no room for me to put my stuff on. Oh well. I guess what we can do is pick up the one that has the chests, donate all of those to it. We can't fit everything, why not? Oh, we've got too much rail on us now. Let's just put all that rail in there for now. Still can't fit everything, what's left? Right, well, I don't want power switches for now. I'll take the radar, thanks. Oops, not half of it, all of it. That lock can sit there. We will go back down. Right, let us... Oh, of course. I just need one more space. Okay, you go in there. Take those off, put those on. Put batteries in there. Give us back some of this rail. Let's go to town. We need more rail already, of course. These 4-ways, they drain a huge amount of rail very quickly. The way we're managing these trains, we will survive with only a 4-way. We won't need 8-ways or anything crazy like that, just because we're completely separating out the functions effectively. With our modular approach and with our inside-out kind of design, with all the ore coming from outside and only sort of finished intermediary products being processed around the perimeter. At least that's the theory. I guess we'll see if it works soon enough. We're almost out of rail again. Yep. We're probably getting really low on chain signals. In fact, we're getting really low on both types of signals right now. Look at my trail of bots. Well, they can catch up when I'm picking up this supplies. So I need those, I need those, I need the tiny bit of rail you have, I need all the rail you have that I can fit, which is almost none. I really could probably swap nukes for rail right now. There we go. Hell, lights almost gone. We need lights too. And big poles almost gone. And we could do with some little poles. There we go. I'll swap that back over too. Fill up. I'll have a drink. Should really use the train to drive me in at this point, but it's okay. Right, we need to connect up the lines here. And for sure, I'm not going to want all of these extra signals. It's far too many. I might as well fix these wires, even though there's a lot more wiring to get right before we are done. Okay, and again, similar deal here. And I guess, oh, we don't need him. I guess we may as well insert wires. We're about to get loaded up with wood as well. I'm not even sure if I have enough material left on my engineering train to finish this. You guys all come on board. I'm going to get rid of you guys for a bit because now it's a bit of a hike back to where the train is, so we're going to have to hoof it with a little bit of speed. Do we have any more rail on you at all? It looks like the answer is no. We are missing 2 bots. Come back to daddy, guys. We can probably get one of these to reach. No, we cannot. Alright, let's keep it in the center then. And give it the wires that it needs. Right. So we need to reload. Let's quickly do that. Engineering unload. We'll need to go there. We are probably getting pretty low on time at this point. Let me just see if I can get some sort of idea of what we are up to. I really don't know. I guess probably we may need to call it about here. I'll see you in my recording. But yeah, we'll probably call it here and maybe catch up slightly in the beginning of the next. But there are a couple of things that we need to do to enable this to happen. I will probably do some of them at engineering. So yeah, I guess we'll see you then in just a moment. Bye bye for now.